YouTube! What's going on? Flag 1122. Back again. Enjoying a nice late night smoke, as I often do. Chugging through my open tin of Sam Goway's chocolate flake. Enjoying that. Hope everybody had a nice Thanksgiving with their family. Enjoyed their turkey, their football, what have you, their smokes. Gonna do a book review tonight. Haven't done a book review in a couple months. Don't read as much as I'd like to. Don't have the time, unfortunately. It's gonna be my New Year's resolution to resolve to take more time to read. Really enjoying this chocolate flake. Smoking in this little no-name kind of white billiard that I picked up years ago. It's got a gold-plated ring around it. Fancy. I like this yellow stem there. Just got a nice little knock around. Anyway, the book I'm going to be reviewing, I'll put the pipe down for a second. The book I'm going to be reviewing is 1Q84. Very mysterious title, very mysterious cover. Woman there, flip it around, it's a man. The author of this book is a guy by the name of Haruki Murakami. He's a Japanese author. He's been around writing books since early 80s. I discovered him while I was living in Japan. A lot of you know I lived over there for several years, and as soon as I discovered his books, it was just instantaneous love for me. It's right up my alley. This book right here is his latest novel. It was released in the United States in 2011, and I'd already moved back here, and that's when I picked it up. And as you can see, it's a massive tome, just a heavy book. It's 920 some pages. That's a lot of reading. In Japan, it was released as 3 separate books. The title was Ichikuhachion, which is Japanese way of saying basically 1984. Ichikuhachion. Translated IQ84. Just a weird kind of a play on words. The book deals with a lot of different stuff. It's almost impossible to talk about the book and make any sense out of it, but that doesn't mean that it is not absolutely engrossing and fascinating read. There's 2 main characters in the book, Tingo and Aomame, and basically they slip into an alternate 1984 in a fictitious Japan. So it takes place in Japan in 1984. They slip into a an alternate 1984, and madness ensues. There's anything from 2 moons in the sky when they slip into this alternate Ichikuhachion. You look up in the sky, instead of 1 moon, there's a second greenish moon below our moon. There's cults in the book. It's sort of cults that are very similar to Scientology. I guess you could call that a cult. I wouldn't personally call it a cult, but to each his own. But there's cults, there's fantastic entities in the book, these little people, and it's basically about the 2 characters, Aomame and Tingo, trying to come together and find each other in this alternate 1984 in Tokyo, Japan. It's so much more than that. Like I said, though, it's almost impossible to explain, but I urge you to pick this up and read it. Like I said, it is long, but you know, you can breeze through it in a couple months, you know, depending on how fast of a reader you are. If you don't like it, give up and use it as a doorstop. It's a nice alternate use, speaking of alternate things. it's just his style, Murakami's style of writing. It's just he's the kind of author that can just instantly transport you. And I know a lot of authors have that skill, but he's just absolutely fantastic at setting a tone in his novels that are instantly recognizable. Nobody can write like him. Nobody, in my opinion, has the style that Murakami has. I think he's one of the greatest fiction writers of our time. He's finally getting some recognition in America, which is nice, although getting recognition in America doesn't count for much, I guess. He's one of Japan's best-selling authors. He has a pretty large body of work out there. My personal favorite of his is this book called The Wind-Up Bird Chronicle. God, I love this book so much. I would even suggest you picking up this book before you pick up Ichikyu Hachion IQ84 or 1Q84. This is a good place to start a Murakami obsession. His books are the kind of thing that after you've finished them, I like to reread things, but occasionally I'll just pick up the book and just read separate passages. They're just so fascinating. His style is usually focused on a male protagonist, and they all have kind of the same emotional structure to them. They're usually loners, and they end up kind of getting entangled with a mysterious female counterpart. But I don't know how you would, what category you would put Murakami in. I mean, it's definitely fiction, but it's very odd. The only person that I could kind of like compare him to, and it's still way far off, is maybe Neil Gaiman. Some characters he writes, like, they could be people you know. They're just so average, and even though all his characters are Japanese, take place in Japan. You've seen them on the streets, you've seen them where you work, and others are just ethereal and bizarre, and it's kind of like the perfect mixture of like benign reality and abstract, bizarre, just craziness. So if you want a mind bender, you want an excellent read, pick up 1Q84 or Ichikyu Hachion, Japanese title. He has a big body of work available in America, probably close to 15 novels. I've always been fascinated about the alternate realities, and the possibilities of slipping over into an alternate dimension. I've always had extreme fears of slipping into an alternate dimension where there's only like yellow socks. That'd be really strange. That's all you could find is yellow socks. Anyway, one more thing I wanted to show you really quick before I get off of here and stop jibber jabbering. My brother-in-law and sister picked this up for me. It's an old pipe crafting book. Very interesting. Pimo's Guide to Pipe Crafting at Home, published in the 1970s. Looks really cool though. It's very detailed, it looks like. I've never tried to well, that's not true. I tried to carve a pipe about 8 years ago, and it was an absolute disaster. It looked like a toothpick that a velociraptor would use. But I might try to get back into it. I've never been much of a crafty fellow, but it might be a healthy hobby. Making something with your hands, bringing life into the world, smoking life. Anyway, that's really it, Just want to do this book review. Again, going to try to read more. I always say that. It's my New Year's resolution is to read more, and I used to read a lot. I just don't have the time for it. It's tragic. Anyway, that's it for me. Hope you guys have a fantastic week this week. Hope the weather is nice. You know, the holidays are upon us. I completely avoided the Black Friday nonsense. I just will not do that. Anyway, take care. Happy smokes.